Alright, everybody, I think we're live. Welcome back to Scarlet and Violet a little earlier in the day, and that is because we have 2 hours left of Blastoise Tera raids being in our presence. I am in the online mode, thankfully. First, we got GG Plays in the chat. How you doing? How you doing? I'm shiny hunting, no shinies yet. Well, good luck. Are you looking for anything in particular? Alright, I'm just gonna open up the thing and see if anybody joins. Alright, there's the code. I found out today. Oh, hi, Florian. How you doing? I found out today that aromatic mist is actually bad. Like, it's pretty bad. It only boosts the SPDF of one Pokemon in a Tera raid battle. So it is not worth using. It's crazy how my date on the Switch can be in 2026, but no, just hunting. Yeah, I mean, you can change the date to any time that you want. I wonder how far back you could actually go on the Switch. I need to find where I wrote about aromatic mist in the Tera raid script because I need to take that part out. Or at least change it so that it's correct. Oh, I did not write about aromatic mist. Good, because it's not good. I'm not sure what our melodic is bringing, but I'm gonna hope that it has something to help with attack dropping. It probably is haze, at least. If I had to guess. Probably Life Dew. Hopefully Screens. Screens are really good here. We're gonna really need Screens if Palm Out is coming. I guess we're ready to go. We'll give it a run through. I'll be our damage output. Hopefully Milo can be the support. And Palmot will hopefully not die too many times. Nope, not Rage Fist. Okay, alright, Milo sits light screen. Fantastic. I'm gonna bulk up once. Skitter Smack is also really good. And Palma, you don't have to worry about using damaging moves. If anything, just prolong yourself from using moves for as long as possible. Because that means that you'll take less damage. I will only para? Alright, sounds like a plan. That's Stellar Tera on my Lodic, which looks absolutely wonderful. Getting a little helping hand action. Big chunk right there. Taking it out of the Tera bar. Alright, one more hit and we'll be through Tera bar. Then I can really start doing some damage. Hi, Boss Drogon, how you doing? Getting our light screen reset up. Getting re-paralyzed. Okay, Nullifier stat changes, so I'm gonna start bulking up like crazy now. While my Lodic is dropping its attack to as low as it can be. Hi, Shadowstar874, how you doing? Thanks for coming out. Let's go one more bulk up. Now let's start drain punching. Can't wait to try my Charizard counters. I hope you got some good ones. It's pretty straightforward. We already know pretty much what Charizard's going to be bringing, so it's not going to be too crazy. A few different options. Just a little bit more. I guess F drop. Please? No. Alright. Easy. What Tera will Charizard be? Charizard will be going at Tera Dragon. Same as the first time we had it coming around. We've got Sylveon, Primarina, Darkspund, Alchemy, and Mewtwo. That sounds like quite the lineup. And once again, I forgot to make a separate screen for whenever I am date skipping. But I am going to date skip so that we can get another raid going. And now we're back. Hi, Black Red Pill. How you doing? Doing alright? Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. Any moment now, our Terra raid will reset. But if anybody has their own Terra raid code that they would like to post in chat, feel free to do so. That's an Oricorio. Oh, this is it. It's hiding underneath this other Terra raid. Hello? Ha 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 ha. How you doing? Thanks for coming out. Alright, we'll do as a group with the code. And there's the code. Alright, looks like we got a full party. Seeing as there's 2 Urshifus currently locked in, I'm gonna grab a support in Blissey. We're seeing Volcanion being brought, okay. We're seeing Milo being brought. I need to wait for whatever. Okay, in that case, Skeletor is being locked, and there's Volcanion, and I think I'm just gonna trust the Skeletor and the Volcanion for the damage output, and I'll be another support, because the Skeletor needs the Sunny Day. Why Skeletor? Skeletor, whenever you get it going with like Torch Song and Shell Bell and all that jazz, is still really good for this raid, even though it's weak to Blastoise's main stab, which is water. But through the use of Light Screen and Sunny Day, you can reduce the damage of the water type moves to be so low that it doesn't even matter. And with Skeletor, you naturally resist the Steel type moves, and you're immune to the Aura Sphere. Which, while being a fire type, you're super effective into steel, so it's a pretty good pick. Will Hypnosis work on Charizard? It will whenever the Tera Shield is not up. Because that makes it a status move, and you can't use status moves whenever the Tera Shield is up into an enemy Pokemon. I think I just double light screened. Yeah. Smooth one on my part. I'm at Sunny Day for everybody. Helping increase the power of their fire type moves. Volcanion is good. I solo 2 times. Yeah, Volcanion is really good because it has Water Absorb as its main ability, which allows you to ignore Blastoise's, again, main damage move. And then you're a fire type and a water type, so you actually quad resist the steel type moves, and then all you have to worry about is Aura Sphere. Helping hand into Skeletor. Any raid codes? You can feel free to post your own if you don't see one that's going on right now, Victor L. I'm sure that there are people who are not currently in this one who would love to get in a Blastoise raid. And whenever this one ends, if anybody wants to post theirs next in order to make this as fast as possible, then that would be ideal. Let's life do for a little safety. If you're Skeletor, you need good team members to keep you alive, so Croc can build up and kill it. Exactly. That's why we got Blissey and Milo to help lower special attack, but also to set all of the conditions that Skeletor needs in order to really thrive here. Will Full Swipe bring a Tera Pokemon down to 1 HP? Well, technically yes. It won't kill the Tera Pokemon, but if what you're implying is that using the move False Swipe always brings a Pokemon down to 1 HP. That's not what False Swipe does. False Swipe just guarantees that you will never kill a Pokemon. It doesn't have anything to do with always making it 1 HP. It's the same thing as like if you were to use a move like Slash. It's just that the Slash will never kill the Pokemon that you're attacking. So it's not a good idea for Tera raids. You're just kind of wasting a move slot at that point. I have a level 100 Fluttermane with a good moveset for the Charizard raids. Yeah, Fluttermane's really good, because it allows it to take advantage of the photosynthesis, since Charizard sets the sun for you. Ooh, 4 herbs. The fact I lost no HP was crazy. That is pretty crazy. Alright, if anybody has a Tera raid code, feel free to post it in the chat. But in the meantime, I'm going to hide the screen for just a sec. Nobody freak out too hard. Of course, if you're just now entering the stream and you're seeing a black screen, this is all that the stream is going to be for the rest of time. Just so you know, there's no reason to believe that any more Tera raids would go on past this point. And we're back. Why help people get Blastoise? Because it's fun. Is that a good enough of a reason? Charizard has Hurricane, 2 Dragon Pulses, and Fire Blast. Let me double check that, because we should have the Charizard from the last time. Good old Charizard here has Dragon Pulse, Flamethrower, Air Slash, and Focus Blast as its normal moveset. It looks like Ha has a bunch of letters and numbers that could correlate with a Tera raid code. So does Bosch Drogon. Feel free to join either one. If you don't get into one, you'll probably get into the other. I am going to try Ha's code. Is that a B? NLG4. Focus on the support again. Looks like Bosch Drogon has one more slot if anybody wants to join that one. Looks like we're all full here. After this, I'll post my code. Sounds like a plan, Shadowstar. Alright, let's give this a crack. I'm grabbing Herba and Experience Candy. Yeah, that's another benefit of doing a lot of Blastoise raids. Speaking of Experience Candy, actually, I probably have 999 Experience Candy right now. Should use that. Let's go for everybody's favorite move to use against special attackers, Light Screen. And then let's Sunny Day. Because all my fire types love Sunny Day, but all my water types, except for Walking Wake, hate Sunny Day. Walking Wake loves Sunny Day. I created a Pokemon Quaquaval for Charizard raids. It has Close Combat Workup, Aqua Step Focus Energy, Tera Fighting, and Ability Torrent. That's, it's not the greatest set, but, you know, you could try it out. See, the thing about both of your attacking moves is that Close Combat is going to constantly lower your special defense, which is really bad because it means you'll take more damage over time. And Aqua Step is not very effective in a Charizard because it's a Dragon type. So if you were going to build a Pokemon for Charizard raids, I highly recommend grabbing like a Water Fairy type, like Primarina or Azumarill, because they resist or are immune to all of Charizard stabs, or at least are neutral to the Air Slash. Let's Life do it up a little bit. Terra Blast, Dragon Pulse, Hurricane, and Fire Blast is Charizard's moves. Did they change the moves for the second time around? Or maybe those are just moves that it uses at certain HP levels, kind of like how Blastoise uses Shell Smash, but... I haven't changed my Charizard's base moveset, and my Charizard that I caught with the Mightiest Mark had Air Slash and Focus Blast on there. Also, it makes less sense for Charizard to have Hurricane if it's going to be setting Sun, because Hurricane has decreased accuracy in Sun. But maybe I'm just remembering incorrectly. Charizard might be easy because you guys know how to counter it and know the moves. Exactly. You gotta do a little planning beforehand. Helping Hand into Volcanion. Alright, we are going to see Rain returning, but none of our water types, or fire types, actually care about Rain returning, but I'm gonna bring up the Sun anyways. And let's Helping Hand into Gallade, because I think Gallade is currently set up. Is that crit? No, our light screen is just down right now. Let me put that back up. Just a little extra assurance. Terapagos was OP for Venusaur raids? Yeah, Terapagos is really good for raids in general. Just because, as long as you've got like Terra Starstorm and you're holding a Shell Bell, you're always doing super effective damage into any Terra raid at all, you're generally pretty good. You've also got like Calm Mind to help mitigate the damage that you take, but also increase the damage that you give. Let's Helping Hand Gallade again. Just need one more hit. There we go. Alright, good stuff, good stuff. Here, Salandit, you can eat a bunch of this stuff. You too, Prairie, you should be like a much higher level. I've had you for, it feels like so long now. There you go. Also, you too, Magmar. Alright, looks like Shadow Star has a code. I'm going to try plugging that one in. If anybody else has a code, feel free to throw it up. F P H 3 1. Might be full already. Yeah, it seems like it's full. In that case, I'm gonna look around for my reset one. There it is. I guess switch close combat with Focus Blast on Quaquaval. I think you need to just make a different Pokemon other than Quaquaval work, because the important thing is having a move set that works for a Pokemon and not a Pokemon that you're trying to get a good move set on. Like, think about the moves that you want to have in order to beat the Charizard, and then look up and try to find a Pokemon that matches that move set or the typing that you need. They should have a Swampert Tera raid with Fighting type Tera. Yeah, that'd be a good one. If they were gonna make a Swampert though, and they needed to make it difficult, I'd say, It would be like a good defensive typing for Swampert to have. That could really hurt things. Oh, maybe like Tera Poison Swampert. Yeah, Tera Poison, because then only Ground and Psychic is weak to, or are super effective on Poison, and you can cover the ground weakness with Swampert's Water well enough. As well as Swampert gets some pretty notable Poison type moves. Okay, we are seeing Cantonian Arcanine being locked in. That's an interesting choice. I mean, if it burns up turn 1 and gets rid of its type, then we're kind of chilling. But just in case that doesn't happen, I'm going to bring Blissey in order to help out. And just that our Iron Hands has the damage output that we need. Just please never use close combat. Yeah, close combat is a really, really bad move for Tera raids. 99% of the time. There's one instance in specifically this Tera raid where close combat is handy, where you can use the damage boost that close combat has over Drain Punch in order to defeat the Blastoise a little bit faster. But other than that, never open with like close combat into a Tera raid. Also, shiny Galarian Moltres. Always confuses my brain. I don't know about anybody else. I was watching a video today with a shiny Galarian Zapdos in it. A shiny Galarian Zapdos looks like normal Zapdos. I think unfortunately we are going to lose Arcanine. Whoever's using the Arcanine, if you could just not use moves for as long as possible, that would be greatly helpful, because then I could heal you back up to full in the time span that it cost you dying again. So just don't worry about using any moves. Iron Hands has got this on lock with his Focus Energy Belly Drum strategy. Seems like Galarian Moltres is also going for damage. Oh, the Arcanine is using Flare Blitz. Uh-oh. I think the Hydro Pump missed, though, on the Arcanine, which is fantastic. Hypno is so underrated. Yeah, I've seen Hypno do a lot of good things. Hypno is one of those Pokemon that I really hope gets an evolution soon. Because it is like one of the Gen 1 Pokemon that has not been revisited yet. And I think an evolution for Hypno, or maybe like a regional variant that's like Psychic Dark, could be really cool. How are we doing on screens? We still have plenty of turns to screens. I'm gonna life do. Hypno can solo this and Charizard? That is fascinating information. Let's put Sunny Day back up. Okay, Arcanine is Terrestrialized into Dragon, which makes this much easier. Still going for Flare Blitz, though, but thankfully the Life Dew is enabling it to stay alive right now. I just put that Sun back up, Blastoise, come on. Really gonna rain on my parade like that? I've also got a metronome on my hands. Well, if you're using metronome, then you're not guaranteeing that you crit every time, but maybe it's worth it. I don't know. You have to run the math, but it's probably fine. Alright, I'm gonna take the time to day skip. Since it seems like we're not getting a code, so nobody panic as the screen goes dark again. You are hearing the sounds of menus changing, but you're not seeing what these menus are actually changing. Don't worry, this is perfectly normal. Happens to everybody. And we're back. Stronger hits each turn, even with focus energy and scope lens, it's not a guaranteed crit. No, it is. Focus energy gives you 2 stages, and then the scope lens gives you another stage. And 3 stage is a guaranteed critical hit every time. Because basic critical hit stage is 1 in 24, and then you add another stage, which is 1 in 8, and then you add another stage, which is 50%, and then on the 3rd stage, you get 100% critical hit. Really, I'll try it? Yeah, you can go back and check, but my Annihilate has Scope Lens Focus Energy, and every single time I've used Drain Punch, it's been a critical hit. Let's see. Oh, hiding over here. Alrighty then. Looks like Bosch Drogon also has a code if anybody's looking to join that one. Because you don't get in this one. Is Trick Room good for raids? Not really, because your speed stat really isn't that important because you're always going to be taking a hit from the Blastoise in a given turn. Like, there is some times where changing the speed is useful, but not really. You're more often than not just wasting a move slot. Let's set screen. Seeing an Icy Wind come out from Tatsu. Let's get Sunny Day up. Let's keep everybody alive with Life Dew. Let's just keep Life Doing everybody back up. Oh, Tatsugiri's not getting healed off of that because it's Storm Drain. Ugh, that's kind of unfortunate. Hopefully the Orspheres just aren't dealing too much damage into it. Or at least it can hold its own, question mark? Oh yeah, it's Shell Bell. It should be holding its own. Yeah, Helping Hand the Glade. Okay, Helping Hand the Vaporeons. Everybody gets a Helping Hand. I hear Quillfish is good for raids. Yeah, Quillfish was especially really handy during Cinderace raids, because the main strategy for being Cinderace raids was that you would get a Slowbro, and you would use the move called Stored Power. And what Stored Power does is that every time you have a stat increase, like how Blastoise is increasing its attack, special attack, and speed, every time you get a stat increase on a mod that knows Stored Power increases in base power. So I get a harder hitting damaging move. So what Quillfish could do is it used a move called Acupressure, and Acupressure randomly adds 2 stat boosts to any Pokemon that you use it on. So you could just get Slowbro to like have insane amounts of stat boost, and then it would just one-shot the Cinderace. Oh, I need a Sunny Day. Oh, I probably also need a light screen now. Not that the screen is going to really matter in a sec. Alright. I'm gonna grab. I think there was a shiny that. Oh, not my bag. I don't have a box. Yeah, I caught you today. That should be good. My Charizard raids start tomorrow. Well, they'll start for everybody in an hour or so. Because they start at it's Tuesday 23:59 UTC, which is Universal Time, and that's in an hour and 8 minutes from now, depending on what time zone you live in. Alright, I'm gonna hide the screen for a sec so that I can date skip again. And we'll get another Charizard raid code going here in just a minute once the magical powers that be have changed over the day to the next one. The perfectly intended game means. Now we wait. Apparently I've never been to this little pond before. Getting a lot of good stuff here. Alright, what are the odds that this one over here is randomly it? Not very high. Where are the Welrish? I think that's autocorrect Quillfish. But Quillfish, I think, are found everywhere on the outskirts of the map. Very. Alright, where are we going? I've never seen anybody use a Quillfish before. I actually have a Quillfish in my Tera Raids box. Right next to my Slowbros. Both Quillfish forms are pretty good. Hisuian Quillfish is slightly better because its only weakness is ground, but with water on normal Quillfish, you can get a lot more resistances. But the main draw of using Quillfish is its hidden ability, which is Intimidate, and Intimidate is probably, debatably, like one of the best general abilities that a Pokemon can have. Where am I flying? There. Ah, there it is. Wait, no. There it is. Let me go in my box real quick. Oh, Veluza should actually be on my party. Slash down here. It's currently taking the place of Monkey. My Quillfish has Chilling Water Taunt, Acid Spray, and Minimize as one of the more generalized move sets, but Acupressure is the move that allows you with one of these kind of Slowbro sets to deal a ridiculous amount of damage with stored power. Let's get another Blastoise code up. If anybody else has a Blastoise code, feel free to post it. There's enough people in here to where we can be running 2 or 3 lobbies at the same time. And probably still have them all full with people who are able to beat the Tera raids. Alright, I'm seeing 3 different fire starters right now. Seeing as we have 2 Pokemon that would greatly appreciate Blissey being a support locked in, I'm gonna lock in Blissey as a support. And trust Delvor to pick whatever they're gonna use. What's the best moveset for Quillfish? Well, it depends what you're trying to beat. If you're trying to beat like a physical attacker, then use like the move Chilling Water, because you can drop attack even when it has the Tera Shield up. If you're trying to stop a Pokemon from using status moves, you can use the move Taunt. Generally, you always want to have Minimize on Quillfish, because Minimize is just busted. It allows you to dodge every hit after you use it 3 times, pretty much. As long as your RNG is good. Of course, Acid Spray is a really good Tera raid move in general, because it allows you to drop special defense twice through Tera Shield, as long as the opposing Pokemon isn't a Steel type, like Blastoise is. But looks like Boss Drogon has a code if anybody wants to join that code. I think the Sunflora will appreciate me going for Sunny Day. Really hope Sunflora is another one of those Pokemon that needs an evolution. Is this? Yeah, this is fast Sunflora. Makes sense. I don't know Sunflora's other abilities off the top of my head. I just know it's like Chlorophyll. Might be like Insomnia. Let's Helping Hand into Skeledirge. They might be going for Terrifier soon. Ooh, Sunflora's got growth. Solar power. Ah, gotcha. No Shuckle needs an evolution. I don't even want to think about a Shuckle evolution. Just because, like, I know a Shuckle evolution would be great, but the idea of having to deal with Eviolite Shuckle makes my skin crawl on every sense of the word. I know Stormjourner is good for raids. Yeah, it has uses. It's a very It has a very high SPDEF or defense stat. I don't remember which one. But even then, it learns a lot of good moves. It has like one good support move set actually, but it can still be really useful because of its ability. Hi, it's Noah. How you doing? I need to be sunny daying and resetting our light screen. Or we can just watch the Blastoise die. That's also cool. Like Boss Drogon has another code ready to go. I'm gonna try and grab that one. J X R BT7. Hey, last spot. Gonna lock this in. I chose the wrong Mon, but we should still be okay. Yeah, as long as your Sylveon's built for Tera raids, then it should be still fine. That's an Incineroar lock-in. That is an interesting pick. We'll see how it goes. Just waiting for the raid to start. Oh, there we go. If anybody else has a Tera raid code, feel free to post it, because as time goes on, there's going to be more people wandering in, frantically trying to defeat a Blastoise raid before they disappear. So feel free to post it. As long as you get 2 people, you're probably still pretty good, depending on what you're bringing. And light. Oh, Sylveon's got light screen too. Sylveon's going for a fake tears, but that won't work yet because Tera Shield is up. So I'm gonna Helping Hand Volcanion because I think it's our main damage output right now. So now it's terrestrializing to fire, so we're gonna get some good fire type damage going. Might as well helping hand into the fire type damage. Also helping hand into Volcanion. Throw a life dew up for everybody. And we are down Sunlight. I wish Genesect was in the game. Yeah, Genesect would be a fun guy to have. Unfortunately, not every Pokemon can make it into every game anymore. Which is honestly a fine opinion. Or a fine thing, in my opinion. Because it seems like we're moving to every Pokemon being available in every console generation. Especially with Pokemon Legends ZA, probably going to wrap up all the Pokemon that we haven't seen yet on the Switch, like Furfrou and the Elemental Monkeys. We're both in Kalos. Can't wait for Pokemon Legends ZA. Oh yeah, it's going to be so hype. I'm really excited to see what they do with it. Let's get our light screen back up. Then let's get Sunny Day back up. Go for Life Dew. People think it's going to take place in the future, but it's called Legends after. But it's called Legends not after. I think it's pretty likely that there's actually going to be time travel in Legends ZA. That's my current, like, you know in that one show where they have the guy that points at the bulletin board with all the red lines connecting to, like, one point? I think there's going to be time travel in that game, where you can go to, like, the present day, and then, like, the past and the future. And, like, when you take actions in the past, it changes things that happened in the present day and future. I think that'd be really neat. Because they say it's a story that happens entirely in Lumio City, but they didn't say when the game happens yet. So it might be that you get to go to Lumio City at, like, different points in time. Can't wait to see Hoopa. Oh yeah, getting Hoopa, just, like, being able to beat a game over and over again to catch Hoopa and Diancie and Volcanion. And maybe getting a little background lore on all three of those Pokemon. It's gonna be awesome. Super looking forward to that. Ooh, 5 coins. Looks like Ha 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 is gonna host a code. I'm gonna wait for that to pop up. But if anybody else has a Tera raid code, feel free to post it. Even if we have 2 Tera raid lobbies running at the same time, we will more than likely be able to beat both of those with the number of people that are in here. Hi, Fletchender. Oh, let me see here. Let's try WYK F9 B. All right. Why did Urshifu just hit me? I don't know. It doesn't look like it did very much damage. Probably just a misclick. Unless it used Surging Strikes into you, in which case that would have given you health. Because you're water absorbed. Looks like Boss Strogan. If anybody has a code and is not currently in this lobby, you can grab that one. Okay. So that's what Heart Swap does. Hi, DragonLord5912. How you doing? You want to join a Tera raid? We're almost wrapped up with this one. In just a sec. But if you have your own Tera raid code, feel free to post that. There are plenty of people in the chat who are willing to help you out. And yeah, we're done. Hi, Steve Hernandez. How you doing? What Pokemon you need and move? Generally, what you could use is a fighting type that has the move Focus Energy and is holding a scope lens. And then some kind of damaging move that heals you, like Drain Punch, for example, is the best one to have on like a fighting type. That's the general set that I would recommend. Because what Blastoise does is it uses a move called Iron Defense, where it increases its defense to as high as it can be. But if you critical hit by using the combination of Focus Energy and Scope Lens, then you can always guarantee a crit, and crit bypasses defense boost. So if you have like an Iron Hands with like Belly Drum or something from maybe like previous raids, if you teach the Iron Hands Focus Energy and have it use Belly Drum and have it use Drain Punch, that's like a really, really good set. Annihilate can also do this. Urshifu can also do this. Looks like Boss Drogon has another code. I'm gonna let anybody else who wants to join a code get that one while I day skip. For just a sec, nobody panic while my screen goes dark. It is just that I am going into my system settings and doing something rather nefarious called date skipping, where I move the clock to be exactly 1 minute before the next day, and then we let the clock roll over to the next day, and then we get a whole new round of Tera raids. Conkeldurr can do it? Yeah, Conkeldurr's another fighting type that meets the requirements. With both Iron Fist and Guts as abilities, Conkeldurr also hits harder than Hands too. I mean, can't argue with that logic. Sounds pretty sound. Although, if you are Guts and using, like, Flame Orb, then that means you're not holding a Scope Lens. And if you're a fighting type using fighting type physical moves, then you really need to have Scope Lens and Focus Energy in order to ignore the defense. In order to ignore the defense boost, sorry. Oh, where's my Terra Steel raid hiding out? There's flying. There's steel. Oh, I have a Shroodle outbreak today. No, Guts isn't expecting foe to status you. Yeah, but we're talking just specifically about Blastoise raids. We can't confuse people with extra information. Coaching does help a lot. Yeah, coaching is probably the best, other than like Life Do. Coaching is like the best support move. We just haven't had a Tera raid yet that can really, really make coaching as best as it can possibly be, because we've only had special attackers and Pokemon that don't really care about coaching since DLC 2 has dropped. Alright, guess what? My first shiny in the Teal Mask DLC Part 2. Hint, it's in the coastal area, and it's not evolved. Was it a Picky Peck? Perchance? Not Picky Peck? Well, I'm plumb out of guesses. Was it Alolan Grimer? Got one more spot. For anybody looking to join a Blastoise raid. I'm gonna trust that this Mew has Light Screen and can support the monkey. It does? Alright, sounds good, Robert Clayson. Let's just lock monkey. Okay, I hope this Glacier is not going for close combat, because I know it gets that. Because close combat would be really bad. But we'll see what it uses. It's Oddish? Oh, gotcha. I am Tubi. Thanks for joining, Monster. We'll see how this goes. I feel pretty confident with... Oh, that's a Lucario. I liked it better when it was the Glade, but I guess we have Lucario. The Mew and the Monkey should be able to damage enough. But if anybody in this raid gets too close to dying, don't worry about dealing damage, because Annihilate will be able to outdamage this Blastoise. Unless we have too many deaths and the timer decreases too many times. Because if you get too low in health... Oh, that's Double Edge. That's not good. Oh, and that's a dead Lucario. Okay, that Lucario is probably not level 100. Oh, this is gonna be bad. This is gonna be really bad. Okay, thankfully the Mew has Struggle Bug. I don't have time to check what level this Lucario is. I just need to start dealing damage. Hi, SpongeGar Roblox. How you doing? Glacier, you don't have to worry about doing damage. Just don't use any moves at all. Just let me and the Mew take care of this. Ideally, the less moves that we see get used, the better. Because Annihilate, once I get my Tera off, will be able to do massive amounts of damage. Also, hitting yourself a confusion is so bad. Alright, here comes the Drain Punch. If anybody is just now joining the stream and wants to know what kind of Pokemon you should be using for Blastoise raids in this last half an hour that we have to beat Blastoise raids, if you have a fighting type, like Iron Hands or Annihilate, that you've maybe used for previous raids, if you teach the fighting type the move Focus Energy, and give it an item called Scope Lens, you can bypass Blastoise's defense boost. So you're still good to use those Pokemon. Unfortunately, we're gonna have too many deaths this Tera raid. What is Glacier terrestrializing into? Okay, Ice. And there goes Lucario again. Yeah, so just stop using moves, because for the Lucario and the Glacier, that the damage that you are doing is significantly lower than the damage that Annihilape is doing. Like, Annihilape can beat this all by itself. It's just that every time you die, a lot of time gets taken off the timer, which makes it a lot harder for Annihilape to beat this. So you don't have to worry about using moves. Just put down the controller, walk away, whatever you gotta do, just don't use moves. Because as long as nobody else dies, we still have a chance to beat this. It's just gonna be kinda close. But if we have one more death in the Tera raid, then we're just done for. Rage Fish should be stronger after Shield Break? Let me check that math in my head. 75 base power, super effective. You are correct. Alright, I feel like I'm doing more damage to Drain Punch. Yeah, I think that's it. Sword Power gains 40 base power for each coaching. Exactly. Because the coaching increases your attack and your defense. And you get 20 base power increases for each increase on Stored Power, which makes 40. That was a really simple thing to explain, but trust me. Okay, so please have fighting types next time, because bringing an ice type and a steel type to fight this Blastoise is really not very efficient. Also, if you're going to bring a Pokemon that is not going to do damage, don't use moves, like, at all. Because if you die, then that increases the timer by a lot. Or decreases the timer by a lot that we have to actually beat the raid. So we're going to try this again. But if you're going to bring a Pokemon that can just sit there, try bringing a Pokemon like a water type, like a really bulky water type. Like, if you already have Blastoise from beating this raid, just bring Blastoise. Because Blastoise can just sit there for a really long time and not have to worry about taking too much damage. Lucario was level 52. That is unfortunate. Yeah, another really key thing about beating these Tera raids is that you need to be level 100. Because if you're dying over and over again, then that means that we're going to lose a lot of time like we just did. In the future, if you also don't want to be rushing for the last half an hour that a Tera raid is available, I had 2 previous Blastoise live streams before this, so if you subscribe, you'll know whenever I go live. And you can beat the Blastoise then, when there's less people, but also more time to actually beat the Blastoise raid. So, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. It's a really cool button. Just press it, trust me, it's pretty cool. It'll make you subscribed. Ooh, Origin Form Palkia is a really great defensive Pokemon here. you can just bring Origin Form Pokia and stay on the battlefield for a really long time. I needed to TM Drain Punch and was only able to make one and accidentally put on my Koraidon. Koraidon's another good fighting type for this. Especially since it sets its own sun. As long as you've got focus energy on it, then you'll be cooking. Because, again, what focus energy does is it increases your critical hit stage by 2, which guarantees 50% critical hit chance. But if you're also holding an item like Scope Lens, which gives you another increase on critical hit chance, that means that you have 100% critical hit. Oops, subscribe. Well, thank you so much, Dragon Lord. I appreciate it. It doesn't have focus energy? Ah. That is a tad bit unfortunate. Alright, seems like we have a pretty good group for this run. Our Gallade clearly knows what it's doing because I just saw it go for Mystical Fire. Ah, critical. Okay, one more Drain Punch, and I'll be able to Terrestrialize. Please don't crit me again. Thank you. Hey, Fire, how much longer until these raids end? We have 26 more minutes until the Universal Time changes over to the next day. And then Charizard raids become available. So if anybody has a Blastoise code that they can post, feel free to do so, because there's going to be a lot of people coming in here who are frantically trying to defeat a Blastoise raid in the last half an hour. And at that point, we just kind of have to hope that they have Pokemon correctly built for this. I need more Krogunk material. Where does it spawn? You can try the bottom left side of the main lake on the map. There's usually a bunch of Krogunks that spawn over there. And Toxicroaks. Alright, nobody has died yet, and the Tera Shield is down. So now we can start outpacing the timer. But if you happen to be just joining, if you don't have a Pokemon built up to beat this Tera raid, if you have a Pokia, Pokia is it crit me. Pokia is really good defensive typing into this Blastoise raid, and as long as we have like a Mew or a Blissey that is able to heal everybody in the Tera raid and set up light screen, we should be good to beat it. But if you do have a fighting type Pokemon like Iron Hands or Annihilate, but you don't have the move Focus Energy on your fighting type, then you're going to need Focus Energy, because Blastoise increases its defense to be as high as possible. But with the move Focus Energy, you can hit through the defense boost to deal more damage. And there we go. All right. So if anybody has a Tera raid code, feel free to post it. I am going to hide my screen for a sec so that I can day skip and get another Blastoise raid spawned on my map. But if everybody has a Tera raid code that they can post right away, that does help speed things up quite a lot because we can go from raid to raid to raid to raid to raid. GG's all around as always. I'm gonna miss this Shroodle outbreak. Alright, any moment now, the raids are gonna flip over. There it is. My next Blastoise raid has moved. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Oh, that's rock. Didn't I just see... Where did it go? I think it's hiding on something. That's Brock. Am I stupid? Well, yes, but where is it? Oh, wait. It moved. Okay. That was weird. It's over this way. Here we go. Alright, I think this looks good. I played Scarlet, but my brother traded me Iron Hands. Well, that's nice of him. Iron Hands definitely isn't required for beating this, but it is one of the best Tera raid beater Pokemon. Because most of the time, as long as something is weak to fighting, you can just click Belly Drum with Iron Hands and then click Drain Punch over and over again. And that'll allow you to beat it. But Dragon Lord, if you want to post your own 7-star Tera raid code, I'm sure there are people who are wandering into chat who would love to join up with you. I know, 6 stars unlocked even? Ah, gotcha. Does it have guaranteed catch unlike Sword? Yes. All the Tera Raid Pokemon that you can catch are a guaranteed catch. Unlike the promoted raids from Sword, which were bad, to put it bluntly. I don't know what they were cooking when they came up with Dynamax Adventures in Pokemon Sword, but, like, it was bad. What happens if my Pokemon are not level 100 on up to 75? Well, if you're not level 100, you're going to be taking more damage, and if you're taking more damage, that increases the chance that you will get knocked out. And whenever a Pokemon gets knocked out that a person is actually controlling in a Tera Raid, it takes a chunk off of that orange bar that's underneath the health bar. And if that orange bar hits 0, then that means that we lose the raid. So by being level 100, you can better guarantee that you are not getting knocked out in Tera Raids. But you, if you're a damaging Pokemon especially, you're also dealing more damage. So if you can't get a Pokemon to level 100, even if you brought try to use your experience candies that you might have on a Pokemon that's like really bulky. Say for example, on this raid, you could bring Palkia, because Palkia has a really good defensive typing. Even if you were like level 80 or so, it would be much better. Like every level that you go up, you have a better guarantee of surviving hits. But if you are bringing a Pokemon that's not level 100, you could use the move Protect on that Pokemon and just click Protect as many times as possible while not directly using moves. Because if you have the move Protect in your first slot, eventually what happens is if you're not using moves in Tera raids, it will automatically choose a move for you that is your first move. But if you're using Protect, then that means that you're going to negate being hit for that turn, and then the timer that forces you to use a move again restarts. So you could greatly decrease your chance of dying by just using the move Protect in your first slot and then walking away from your controller. That would be like the best way to just kind of sit in a Tera raid and let everybody else beat it while you're not harming the team in any way. I'll wait and see if anybody has a Tera raid code that we could hop into. I am gonna once again day skip while my screen disappears, so nobody fear too hard for themselves. I'm just going into my settings and changing the day so that we can get another Blastoise raid as soon as possible. Because at this point, we can probably only do 1 or 2 more Blastoise raids, depending on how fast we beat the next one. But if anybody has their own Tera raid code in the chat, we can have different lobbies running at different times to help more people beat it. Darkness? Yeah, the darkness can be a little scary. Especially if you don't have very good object permanence. But it always comes back. Alright, let's see where our Blastoise has moved to. There's Electric. Was that Outbreak? Makita. Where has my Blastoise gone? There it is. I haven't been up here in a while. Of course, it's like the laggiest place in the game, so makes sense. Alright, let's get another Blastoise code up and rolling. Bosch Drogon has a code in case you don't get into this Blastoise raid. Feel free to join that one. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again. Classic meme. Alright, seeing as we've had 2 fighting tops locked in, I'm going to grab a special support named Blissey, who, as long as you're using Blissey correctly, will never die in this Tera raid. Not even close. I'm Josh Spots, by the way, once it pops up. Gotcha. Hopefully we can beat this with you in it. I don't know if you've beaten the Blastoise yet or not, but... With the gang that we've got here, I'm feeling pretty confident with our chances. Alright, Blastoise is going to do its little ditty. I'm going to get our light screen set up. Let's see, Focus Energy, Belly Drum, Calm Mind, all great moves. I'm going to heal our friends because they took a little bit of damage there. I'm going to try and get the sun up. That way we can decrease the power of the water type moves. I'm going to go for Life Dew again because I think Josh is a little close to being dead. Looks like Alex1 also has a code if anybody wants to join that one. Okay. I don't think Josh is level 100, so we're going to have to do this a little quickly. Josh, if you get close to dying, just don't worry about using moves, because the Iron Hands and the Vaporeon will be able to outdamage the Blastoise. It crit? Aw, that's unfortunate. Again, if you get close to dying, what I can do is I can use Life Dew over and over again, and I can heal you to full before you even use a move. So if you get really low like that again, I'll just use Life Dew a bunch of times, and I'll bring you back up to full health. I'm going to Helping Hand into Iron Hands because we need to speed things up a little bit. Josh, just don't worry about using moves. Because you're just gonna get knocked out. That's really bad. Is our light screen's up, right? It's up for one more turn. Why do you hit me? It's probably because you used a move, either because you clicked the move directly or it auto-timed you into using a move. Light screen goes up. Sunny Day goes up. This is still possible, we just need to have no more deaths. Alright, please, Iron Hands, do the thing. I'm gonna Helping Hand because that's all I can really do at this point. Oh no, it's not +6 right now. Iron Hands, we really need you to belly drum. Or you can be +6 again. Okay, let's do... Okay, the Iron Hands lived. Just a little bit more. Thank God we hit it. Okay. Oh, that was a buzzer beater. We did it on my screen. Yeah, if we did it on your screen, we did it on everybody's screen. Don't worry. Alright. Depending on when the servers change over, we might have time for one more Blastoise raid. If anybody posts a code, like, right now. Yeah, it was just early. Yeah, there's also stream delay to keep in mind. Alright, I'm gonna try and speed type in Boss Strogan's code. Y0, going around the horn, that number, there, type. If anybody else is looking for a code, Alex1 also has a code. You can join that one. We gotta go quick because the servers are about to change over. I'm gonna preemptively grab Blissey. Okay, we're seeing a switch to Gallade, which is better than Lucario because Lucario is weak to fighting type, and that's a move that Blastoise has. I think we can do it with a squad. I'm gonna lock in Blissey, as long as Iron Hands and Vaporeon also get locked in, and Gallade. And Gallade is... Ideally, Gallade has its correct moveset, but we could probably prolong it dying for long enough, as long as Iron Hands and Vaporeon outdamage the Blastoise. I'm Johnny, I'm no expert, but I'll try my best. Sounds good, Johnny. Again, if you get close to dying, just don't worry about using moves, because Iron Hands and Vaporeon will be able to deal enough damage to beat the Blastoise. So if you get really low on health, or if you just flat out get one shot, just you can put your controller down, go get a drink of water, get a snack, do anything you need to do. Just don't worry about using any moves. Because between the Iron Hands and the Vaporeon and me as their support, we have got this as long as our timer doesn't decrease too fast from unexpected feints. Play screen. Let's go sunny day. Let's heal everybody up. I have Energy Drain and Protect, so I'll prioritize those. That sounds pretty good. Definitely prioritize Protect in case you get too low, because then I can just heal you up. Okay, our sun is down. Let's put our sun back up. Then I'm going to take a turn to Helping Hand the hands. Then that should be on time for putting our light screen back up. No, I need one more turn before we can put our light screen back up. Right here. Miscounted in my head. What? Am I stupid? Well, yes, but I should be getting a light screen. Nobody worry about moving until... Let me put sun up first. But I need to get our light screen back up. Alright, there we go. We're good. Now I get our light screen up. Ow. Alright, there we go. Bye-bye, Blastoise. So long, gay Bowser. Think scope lens was better than metronome? Yeah, with scope lens and focus energy, you can always guarantee the crit. Hello, call me... Is that Roy? As in Koi? How you doing, Roy? 4 herbs is the finale? Yeah, that's crazy. That's like 2 shiny sandwiches right there. Worth of herbs. Wait, no, I don't want to disconnect. I need to check our news. Because now we have Charizard raids. For... Oh, only for the next 4 days. It's not as long as the other raids. It didn't switch to Charizard raid yet? Well, you have to update your... What's currently happening right now is that if you try to host a Blastoise raid, it won't attract any people. And because I just updated my internet settings, there should be a dragon crystal around here somewhere, unless I need to reset my day. I think I need to reset my day. But if I reset my day, just a second or two, the screen is going to disappear, but nobody freak out. It's just temporary. If you have a good understanding of object permanence, the screen will come back eventually. You just can't see it right now. Because I am doing a little magic behind the scenes called day skipping. And now we're back. Alright, so any moment now, my day is going to flip over, and there will be a Charizard raid crystal around here. If you want to post a Tera raid code for any of the Tera raids at this point, go ahead. Feel free to do so. Oh, there's a code. Let's see, we'll do H B T. That's an 8 Q Y. So I know my Charizard counters on hand, but I need to find them in my box. I still don't know if my Charizard counters have the right items. Oh, looks like it's full. Okay, let me go into my box, and now I'm gonna pull out my Charizard counters. You are one of them. You can sit here, actually. And Dockspund is the second one. Kind of. Looks like Haha has a second code. I'll try that one. Code is R2 GC Q. A lot of Q's today in the codes. I feel like I've typed Q more times than today than I ever have in my life. Huh, I guess it's full. Or I need to update my internet again. It might be that the servers for Charizard raids aren't fully established yet. So in the same way that, like, if you tried to host a Blastoise raid right now online, it would just kick everybody. It's also possible that they haven't established that Charizard raids work yet. So therefore it just kicks everybody. So I'm gonna try and find mine. It's just Nintendo Internet doing Nintendo Internet things. There's one. We'll try it again in 10 minutes or so. Because I just opened the Tera raids, and there wasn't a Charizard in there. Which means that nobody is able to host Charizard raids right now effectively. Someone keeps joining and leaving. Well, that's the problem. It's if you keep, like, whenever I tried to join just then, it just auto kicks you out. Like, the raid isn't set up yet. So we might have to wait a little bit for the raids to actually be active. So what's good for Charizard raids? There's a lot of Pokemon that are good. Mainly you want a Pokemon that's a fairy type and can deal with the sun pretty okay. Like, a lot of people use Azumarill because Azumarill is pretty much the best one for this, because Azumarill is water type, which means that you resist the fire type moves being thrown at you. Yeah, it's not working for everybody right now. If you try to get into a raid and it's not working for you, try to go to Mystery Gift and get Pokeportal news like I just did, because I think that will fix it. So yeah, it's gonna keep auto kicking people because it thinks that Blastoise raids should still be up. But if you go to Pokeportal News and you get the current update, then it will see that Charizard raids are the raids that should still currently be up. Restarting my game to help me? Yeah, that would also help. Because then you would have to directly connect to the internet again. And you would just get the Pokeportal News update that way. Alright. Give it a shot. I think my Flutterman has the right moves for this. I can't remember the other moves that I would have had on it. Or the moves that I would have taken off of it, rather. Look at us. Bunch of shiny Pokemon doing a Tera raid. Overheat's gonna drop Charizard's special, but then it's just gonna get rid of that drop. Because it's mean like that. Why don't we drop it again? Oh, Calm Mind would be good. How much damage do I take from this? Not a lot. I'm gonna drop it a second time. Ah, critical hit really ruined me there. Oh, thankfully the heal cheer healed. That was a great heal cheer. I'm gonna go for Moonblast. Start chipping into it. Come on, just miss the Fire Blast. Oh, well, now I'm burned. Nullified stat changes and abilities affecting my side. Too bad I didn't have any of those. What did it just use? Oh, it probably used a dragon type move, but it used it into a fairy type slot because we're all fairies. Thank you for bringing Sunny Day back. Reactivates our abilities for us. And we're done. Yeah, so it works exactly the same way it did last time. This one's probably not going to give out any Herba Mystica, though, if I had to guess. Oh no, it does give out Herba Mystica now. I've been proved corrected. Alright, well, they seem to have buffed all of the 7-star Tera raids from this point on. Even ones that come back and didn't have Herba Mystica before. That is wonderful. Alright, I'm gonna wait to see if anybody posts a code before I day skip. Alright, Ha's got a code. It's why. Again with the Qs. So many Qs today. Y-N-K. Obama Snow? Yeah. Hopefully Obama Snow isn't going to be entering this Terra raid because it will get cooked in literally one turn every time, but I trust that they're changing to something else. Will level 55 Azumarill work? Not really. That's way too low to be doing anything meaningful. I'm just gonna lock in Flare Main. Okay, we're seeing an Iron Hands lock in. Which, I don't know how it's gonna take the fire type moves, but depending on how it's trained, it might be fine. I don't think you're gonna be able to get a belly drum off in here, but it's worth a shot. But if the Iron Hands does happen to get too low, just don't worry about using moves, because us two Flutter Mains and Bread Doggo will be able to deal enough damage into the Charizard to beat it. So you can just sit in the raid, you'll get all the same rewards, and the Charizard. Charizard, are you doing okay? Did we lose somebody? What is happening? YouTube is yelling at me. Uh-oh. Did the internet just go out all over the world? I don't know, we still have a stream. What is happening? I really hope the game doesn't crash because my autosaves are off. From something I was doing before. Game, are we doing okay? Game? What happened to the raid? I don't know. I think Nintendo Internet is doing a thing. It's, processing. I don't know. We're still good on my end, right? You can hear everything that I'm saying. I think. Yeah, you can hear what I'm saying. This is weird. This is a new one. It's from the game. Yeah, this is weird, Hot Phoenix. Never had this happen before. I think I am soft locked in this Tera raid. Which is rather unfortunate because I have not saved in a while. Need to restart the game? Fudge. But what if I just wait it out, though? The internet ended itself? Yeah, that seems to be what happened. Well, the camera still works. What if I just sit on this screen for a while? You can look at all my pictures. Huh? Remember this time? Man, such good times we had. Oh, this was yesterday. What was this? This was that. Oh, this was the time I found that Mareep. This is the time I found that shiny Voltorb, and then immediately found another shiny Voltorb. This is the time I was really proud of myself for noticing the shiny Tauros right away. It's that one. Alright, are we good now? Oh, look at that, we are good. I fixed it. See, all it takes is a little stroll down memory lane sometimes. Oh, that's Hurricane. Ow. What just got boosted? Let me go for Mystical Fire just to help out a little bit here. Okay, I'm gonna have to die, but then I'm gonna Terrestrialize. Probably should have gone for Mystical Fire there. Oh, but I dodged the Hurricane. Let's go. Wait, no, that's bad, actually. I wanted to die there. I want to die, then I can Terrestrialize safely. Oh, okay, I'm not dying anymore. Just give me the Terry Fairy Moonblast and please crit like as many times as possible. Oh, this Iron Hands was close combat. Man, we could have unironically won this if the Iron Hands was just normal Iron Hands. Okay, thankfully it Tera blasted into a Pokemon that I can't hit. And I dodged the hit. Let's go. Man, we tried so hard and got so far, but in the end it just didn't even matter. Unless it just miraculously misses the Fire Blast on all the Pokemon that it could easily KO right now. Focus Blast is fine, I take that. Please. Please, come on, please. We had a whole character arc. An entire stroll down memory lane. Please, 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 please. 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 Oh, we won that one. Easy. Wasn't even worried there for not even a second. Not even when the internet was crap, you know, destroying itself. And I got a salty herb out of it. Will you be doing this tomorrow? Probably not tomorrow, but I'll be doing it before it disappears again. Which, if we only have 4 days, I might do it... I'll definitely be doing it the day that it disappears. But I can't guarantee doing it today or tomorrow, but I think I'll probably do it 2 more times. Alright, so where are we at? Ugh. Where are we at? Actually, I need to save, because I almost just got wrecked on my not saving thing. Also, I need to turn on autosaves again. Looks like Ha's got a code. I think I'm gonna play on a Minecraft server with Pokemon. That's fair enough. You do what you gotta do. But I'm gonna be here for a little bit longer doing Charizard raids in case anybody needs to or wants to do Charizard raids. Oh. Looks like it's full. So, I need to find... Or do I need a day skip? I think I need to day skip. See ya, Dragon Lord. Thanks for coming down. Hope to see you in the future. Alright, let me day skip. And now we're back. It's not full? Ah, well. Is it full now? I can try it again, but... Oops, I'm pressing all the wrong buttons. Not full? Well, it rejected me, so I assumed that it was full. So I started date skipping for another one. B6 1 0 0 V. Alright, well, it's just non-existent. Alright, you have a second code. D Q F not D F Q V 7 HG. It's F. I know. It's stream delay. Okay, I can only read the chat messages back to you so quickly. I saw the F as it came up, but you had to wait 20 seconds for stream delay to go through for the actual thing to change. It's not a big problem. It's just Tera raids. Should I use Hypno or no? Use whatever you think you can use to defeat this Tera raid most consistently. I guess I should ready up since everybody else is readied up, huh? Got Mystical Fire. Love to see our Hurricane dodges. We love to see our Drain punching Iron Handses. Our Dazzling Gleam Blissies are a little bit of a different pick, but I guess so. I'm gonna start Moonblasting. I don't think this Blissey is built. This might just be one of those level 75 Blissies. Oh no, it's 100. It just doesn't have a held item. Huh. Well, at least a heal cheered. I'm gonna go for the Tera. Not into one of my allies. Okay, the Iron Hands is going for close combat, which is worse than Drain Punch. It's really bad. Thankfully, we're halfway now. Fairy Blast goes into my slot, which is awesome, because that's the only slot that would be immune. You still have your Spatek drops, which is good. Big damage, big damage. It's a crit. That's bad. Should still be fine, though, because now I get Photosynthesis. Helping Hand, Moonblast, Photosynthesis comes very close to breaking Shield. Iron Hands is about to take a dip. Let's see a Seismic Toss. That's not good. Inferno. Thankfully, Blissey dodges it on its like one life point that it has left. Oh no. Don't burn me. Iron Hands is belly drumming, no! We need like 2 damage! Thankfully, I think the Hypno is going to provide her 2 damage. Okay. Ooh, that was almost really bad. Right there at the end. Because we didn't have any healing, and the Iron Hands was actively trying to end itself. And it landed 2 Fire Blasts into me nearly dying. Alright, I think we have time for one more Charizard raid if anybody wants to. Actually, I just day skipped, so I should have my own Charizard raid. That was weird. Not bad, this Iron Hands was tricky. Yeah, well, if you use close combat with Iron Hands, you're gonna decrease both of your defenses, which means that you take more damage. So you should, like, never go for close combat with Iron Hands. Like, you should always use Drain Punch, because Drain Punch will heal you, which means that you get more health back. Because whenever a person, like an actual person, not an AI, gets fainted in the raid, that takes time off of the timer for us to beat the raid, and if we lose too much time, then there's no way to beat it. So with Iron Hands, you should just always be using Drain Punch and belly drumming. You should belly drum whenever you have enough health in order to survive, but if the raid is at, like, the very end, and Charizard has, like, 1/4 of its health left, just go for Drain Punch. There's no point in being +6 at that point. What is happening? I think some people need to check their Pokeportal news in order to be updated to the latest Charizard raids. Or they changed the raids again for some reason, and now it's just dismissing people for some reason. Oh, well, GG Plays got in. Yeah, if you're trying to get into this raid and you keep getting kicked out, you have to go to the menu and then go to Mystery Gift. And then in Mystery Gift, at the very bottom, there's an option that says Check Pokeportal News. And then that will allow you to enter Charizard raids. How can you find legendary Pokemon? Well, if you have the DLC, you can talk to a guy in the DLC who's named Snacksworth. And after you complete a certain number of blueberry quests and group blueberry quests, he'll give you snacks, and then you can find the legendaries in the overworld. Can I bring Palmont? I would not suggest doing so, but we're out of time, so you're probably not going to hear me say not to bring Palmont. So this one's going to be rough. Oh, the raid has actually been abandoned. Well, that's good, because we sure as heck weren't winning that one. But yeah, if you have a water type, just or a water and fairy type, just bring that, and you'll be tanky enough to live anything that Charizard can throw at you. Once my Flutterman gets off some mystical fires into it. Or bring the Blissey. Bring the Blissey that you have from so long ago, whenever I made all those Blissies. The Blissey is also fine, because the Blissey can set Light Screen and be an indestructible special defense tank. What about Reshiram? Reshiram is a dragon type, so you will get absolutely obliterated by any dragon type moves that Charizard uses. Alright, we'll see how this goes. That's probably the worst slot that could have gone into. I saw Zoomerl and forgot it's level 22. Well, just prolong yourself from using moves for as long as possible, and we'll see how this goes. Just don't even worry about pressing any of the buttons on your controller. And we'll hope that it misses Fire Blast enough times in order to be fine. I am finally done with the Pokemon. What Pokemon did you make, Alex? Okay, there goes the Zimril's first auto-use turn, where it perishes. We're still beating the timer, thankfully. That crit hurricane is going to set me back a little bit. Okay, thankfully Tera Bastard to Darkspun, which is the best outcome. Sunny Day goes up. I made an Alchemy, a Kyurem Black, a Stonejourner, and an Umbreon. Those are some interesting picks. We might win this. Yeah, I'm saying it's not too unlikely. I think you also just auto-moved, and thankfully it missed whatever move it clicked into, so we're, like, super good right now. That is the power of not doing anything. Is that we can take the time to beat it. There we go. Even Iron Hands did so much better there by just not clicking close combat. Alright. Alright, somebody post a code in the next couple of minutes or so. I'll join that one, and we can make that one the last one, but we're getting to a pretty good wrapping up point here soon. Now can you do Blastoise? Nope, Blastoise raids are no longer available, Ico. We only have Charizard raids now. The Blastoise raids have been wiped off the face of the planet. But they might return in the future, since Charizard raids are the first Tera raids to return. I still have Blastoise raids? Yeah, but if you try to host one, nobody's going to be able to join it. You can try if you want. It might by some miracle work, but in the same way that people aren't able to join Charizard raids unless they update to their current news, nobody's able to join Blastoise raids right now because they're on different settings. I don't know how it works technically, but I know how it works in actuality. Looks like Boss Drogon has a code. let's do C5W 97X. GG Plays, do you have a Palkia? Or a yeah, just Palkia from... Well, actually, no. Never mind. Scrap that thought process. Palkia is a dragon type, never mind. I was thinking about Blastoise still. I got my Azumarill set up now? Alright, well. Just in case, if you ever get low, we can still do the same strategy that we did last time, but... we shall see how it goes. Yeah, Ico, if you're still here, you can try joining Alex1's code. But I don't think it's gonna work, but by some miracle it might. Or should I helping hand? I wouldn't worry about helping handing yet, because we're currently busy getting set up. Where I'm gonna Mystical Fire 3 times in order to drop attack 3 times. But once I'm Tera Fairy, and once the Iron Hands is Tera fighting, you could probably helping hand either one of us. I think I just got decorated. Let's use it. I see Boss Drogon using Panfro's Alchemy build. Yeah, Alchemy's really good for Terra raids because of Decorate. It's entirely Decorate. Decorate is the most busted Pokemon-specific move that you could use in a Terra raid because it doubles both special attack and attack. So if we ever got to a point where we needed to use a stored power or a power trip mon again, it could automatically give like double damage to double an attack of either stat, but it would automatically raise the power of those moves to 100 just in one Decorate. I'm using my own build? Yeah. Not everybody knows every build, but the general reason why you would use an Alchemy is Decorate. It didn't crit me on the Hurricane that time, but it did confuse me. Do I risk the turn? Oh, no, I don't have to risk the turn because of the heal cheer. Let's throw a Moonblast. Should I keep this Blastoise raid or just get to the Charizard raids? I would say just go to the Charizard raids because you're not going to be able to host the Blastoise raids anymore. And the Charizard raids offer Herba Mystica this time around, so there's no real reason in keeping the Blastoise raids. And that's a GG. On my screen, you're not Tera? That is strange. Very, very strange. Alright. So I think that's going to be it for today. We're coming up on... We're actually just over a 3-hour stream. 2 hours of Blastoise. 1 hour of Charizard. It's a good day. In my book, at least. Oh, I gotta stretch a little bit. But it's good to know that if a 7-star raid comes back around the horn now, it's going to have Herba Mystica. So, that's exciting. But I will see you guys all in the next one. If you have not subscribed by now, please consider subscribing because that helps me out an absolute ton more than you could ever believe. And I will see you in the next one. Thank you very much.